This shot's weird.
You're recording all this, aren't you?
Yep.
And that's gonna go into the...
That's gonna go into the intro of the vlog.
Well, it's only the truth, so I guess it's fine.
Hey everyone, I wanted to very quickly just talk about two things. One thing, thank you so much for the feedback, the criticism, the crash reports, the positive thoughts, all the things that have been you guys have been talking about surrounding the excavation update. We are really excited about how it came out, and we're really excited that this long wait is now over and it's off of our backs. This week's kind of a slow week. It's it's post-update week, so we're starting off another push for the next content update, and I'm just super excited for the future now that we've sort of turned this corner. Thank you so much to everyone who has been saying nice things, commenting on stuff, sharing with other people, helping other people. We know there's a couple things about it that have been a little bit tough to deal with. People not knowing how to add terrain in the new system has been one of those major things that's popped up, and we're learning from these types of situations. So thanks. A lot of members of the team are working on spec sheets, so speccing out new content and figuring out what that stuff is going to be, or taking content that we plan on putting in the game and now figuring out exactly how it's going to work and how it's going to work with everything else. So Adam's working on stuff right now related to weather. There's some stuff related to UI. There's some spec stuff that's being worked on. I'll show some footage, but I can't necessarily show the demo, the full demo about the power system and the modularity system. So now that we have gone through a CU, a content update with content in it, we're trying to just streamline all the rest of the stuff that's coming down the pipeline and make sure that stuff comes out great too. Really appreciate everyone. We've seen a huge spike in players coming back to the game. I saw a bunch of videos being posted this weekend being really positive about the update. And I guess the last thing I'll say is, you haven't... The old adage... No, the saying, which is you have not seen anything yet. We're really excited about the future. We're really excited about what this team can do. So, thanks. That's enough of me talking. Let's answer some questions. Let's do it. Hey everyone, and welcome to the new and improved vlog edition of the Friday Q&A. We've rolled them into one
super vlog.
One super video.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, instead of having a separate video, we're going to have the Q&A every once in a while in the vlog. So this is the Q&A segment.
All right.
So it's actually no longer called the Friday Q&A. It's just called the Q&A.
Am I the first person to be on this segment?
You're the first person on the pilot episode of the Q&A. The first question is from Farmy Spaceboy. Farmy Spaceboy is a Discord member. And Farmy Spaceboy asks, why don't storms produce wind?
Yes. So storms are just super buggy. That's the short answer.
So they're just a visual effect.
Correct. It is right. Exactly. It's you're getting the visual effect, but all the gameplay systems that it needs to affect to make sure that all the correct items know that, hey, there's wind going, wind here,
right?
Isn't working.
Okay.
It's just a bug, and we do need to fix it.
Cool.
That's it.
Sweet. I guess a follow-up question to that would be, well, actually not a question. What I will say is that Adam is sitting out there right now figuring out specs for all sorts of weather-related things.
That's right. Yeah, we want to have a few different variations of weather, not just the sandstorms that we have now.
Right. If you're on tundra, there's a sandstorm. It's weird.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense, right? Like, also, we don't want sandstorms underground. That doesn't make sense. Sandstorms in space. I know a lot of people built their bases up in the sky, and they're like, hey, why am I getting sandstorms?
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's under that area is being worked on.
Okay, so I don't have the person who asked this question, but that someone asked about controller support for other controllers other than Xbox.
Yep.
Gamepad.
Right. So just recently, I was looking into that as to why the controllers weren't working. Found the bug there. I was playing with a PlayStation 4 controller just this morning. So we'll try to get it into the next EU. If not the next EU, the one after. But very soon we'll have support for the PS4 controller along with the Xbox controller, which already works. And then the Steam controller is coming right after that.
Sweet. So the plan there I heard was just to like get support for the controller in and then let people make their own schemes and stuff. For the...
Correct. Yeah, for right now. In the interim, just making sure that it works and it actually
detects it
and it's usable is goal number one. And then later we'll get into customization and whatnot.
Sweet. The next question is from the Waffle Master.
Mastering waffles.
What kind of waffles are we mastering here? Are you guys? So this is more of a you question, which is why I picked it out.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys planning on introducing more planets and stuff? If so, what sorts of planets?
So yes, definitely want to introduce more planets, a variety of planets, and the number of planets. So both are on the table. A lot of the types of planets are directed a lot more by the design team and art team.
Mm-hmm.
Adam has a bunch of ideas on things that he wants to do. And we also want I guess, more distinctly varying biomes on individual planets. Right now, if you kind of run around Terran, it's all kind of the same everywhere.
Yes.
We kind of want, kind of like if you think about Earth, right? Like we have deserts, we have jungles, we have tundra, and then overall our planet is kind of like this warm, wet planet, right? So we want to kind of have that hierarchy of differentiation between planets. So you might have arid, which is considered kind of a dry, hot planet, but on that dry, hot planet you might have areas that are cooler, areas that are warmer, and kind of more variations in between.
Like areas that have big mountains, and then some plains that are deserts that have little tornadoes, or what, like all the variations of within that sort of subgroup.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you have your major categories, which we'll have more of, and then within those major categories, kind of like these subcategories that break up the monotony.
Okay, this is M Command Guy asking, can you make it so that you can remove base parts, please? I kind of got myself stuck several times. We're doing that.
Yeah, so I don't know actually how much of this I can talk about. We
can talk about.
Right. So one of the very first things you can do right now in the game, if you have dynamite, you can strap dynamite to stick it on to one of your base modules, trigger it, and it will blow that thing up.
Yes.
And then you can kind of get yourself unstuck if you're stuck on something. So that's definitely in the game.
Yes.
There's some other things that are in the works. I don't know how much you've teased already.
We're 100% going to have as part of modularity is being able to move base modules. That's like a That's like a core tenet of the system.
Right.
We can't really say anything else about it, but you'll be able to just say, I want to put up this platform here. No, I want to move it over here.
Right.
And the extent of how much you'll be able to do that is to be determined, but you will definitely be able to do that. That's part of the system. We don't want you to get soft locked because you just like took one thing out of your habitat.
Right.
And then made a base module out of it.
Yeah. Right now, if you make 6 conduits out of the original starting habitat without planning for it, you're kind of stuck right away.
You can't make any
we definitely
more
don't want that. We want you to be able to build your base and kind of move it around.
Okay. Redstone Works asked 2 questions, both of which were really good.
All right.
One, he or she is particularly interested in redstone as a thing. We don't have that.
We do not have redstone.
But, there's ways we could,
There are, so we've talked about how would we want to do certain types of automation and kind of logic and those kind of things. There are things that we've been looking at with the power system and maybe some other periphery systems that will move in that direction, let's say.
Yes.
I think we still need to get some more of the simpler stuff in place before we go on to something like redstone, but definitely on our minds.
Well, we realize that having something like that where players can then create their own systems and contraptions is a really attractive thing to have. So it's just figuring out how that works in our game. We can't just be like, well, Ashneer has redstone now.
Right.
It behaves the exact same way. We can't do that. Right. Sorry, Redstone Works. And then the Redstone Works asks another question, which is, can you confirm pets in the game? We can't.
I cannot
But
confirm.
I specifically picked out this question because I wanted to start the campaign, my personal campaign
Oh, okay.
for the Space Snail.
Oh, right. Yes, we talked about this. If you, like I said, if you model a space snail, we'll put it in the game. I don't know if it'll actually be functional the way you're envisioning it, Joe, but if you model it, I'll put it in the game.
I just want to go through the mental really quickly.
Sure.
The idea behind a space snail, if we can't really put proper pets in the game, a snail only does one thing. It just moves slowly.
Right.
It doesn't think about where it just does. It just moves. So it just seems like a very achievable thing. And maybe it's not even a pet; it's just a creature in the world. And you just you walk by and you see the little space snail, and he's like, "Hey, space snail," and you just keep going.
Right.
On
So on that front, yeah, I think in serious terms, as a part of polishing up the game, right? Like really getting it polished and ready to ship, adding in life into the game, not in the sense that, oh, this is an interactable thing and it's a gameplay system and you interact with it, but just, filling out the game, making sure there's, some ambient insects and ambient snails and ambient birds and whatnot, is something that we will look at, right? Just to make the world feel a little bit more lively.
And those are examples of like ways that current games do it. It's space, so we'd probably think about it a little differently, but yeah, still.
Yeah. Right, exactly, and basically just some amount of life in the world, so it doesn't feel so stale.
Hashtag space snails. That's it. The campaign is starting now.
Okay.
For the space snail.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll put it in the game if you model it.
Guess it's on me now. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. No problem.
You're not supposed to pay attention. Now you're just making this really awkward.
It's 12:30 on a Friday, Joe.
Why? What are we doing here?
I'm going home. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going home.
Yeah, you should get out of here. I'm leaving soon too. Like I said, this is the last moment.
I'm writing a comment to tell myself what to do when I come in tomorrow, so I don't forget.
You're coming in tomorrow?
Whenever I come in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what day of the week it is anymore.